everybody, it's Megan here from East Cambs Children and Family Centres. Now I've come on to read you a bedtime story. Now this one was a special request from Amy. So I hope you're watching this, Amy, and you're ready to listen. It's called The Lion Inside. Now it's written by Rachel Bright and it's illustrated by Jim Field. Have you read this one before? I've read this a few times. Let's get started, shall we? Let's turn this. In the dusty place where the sand sparkled gold, there stood a mighty flat rock, all craggy and old. And under that rock, in a tiny full house, lived the littlest, quietest, meekest brown mouse. There he is in his house. He was so very tiny and so incredibly small that nobody ever noticed him at all. He got trod on and sat on and missed out of stuff. He was ignored and forgotten. Yes, a mouse life, it was quite tough. Poor Mr. Mouse. Meanwhile, far above, on top of the rock, times were quite different, and it was lion o'clock. This huge, toothsome creature made sure everyone saw how important he was and how loud he could. What do lions say? What noise do they make? Maybe you can help. Ready? Roar. I bet you can do it louder than me. He was head of the pack. He was shouty and tough. He loved showing the crowd he was made of strong stuff. Yes, all were impressed by this mighty king cat. If only, thought that mouse, I could be more like that. Then late one dark night in his Minnie Mouse bed, the cleverest thought popped into his head. He jumped from the covers and held up his paw. I've got it, he said. What I need is a roar. I mean, what if this mouse with this weeniest squeak was a little more and a little less meek? Well, he'd still be the smallest of fuzzy brown mouse, but he'd make friends and join in, and life would be nice. Yes, thought the mouse, I must find out now. I will learn how to roar, and I will learn now. But, oh my gosh, there was one beast only who could teach him this thing, but that might make him a feast. It was time to be strong, take a chance after all. Forever was such a long time to feel so small. So he made himself brave, and he thought like a winner. He set off for the top, hoping not to be dinner. It felt like the scariest thing he could do. But if you want these things and you want them to change, you first have to change you. The further he climbed and the closer he got to the slumbering lion reclining on top. Up, up, up he goes. Can you see the lion? There he is. Then at last, as he stood on his tip-top toes, he found himself suddenly nose to nose. Ahem, pardon me. Wake up, Mr. Lion. You've got company. Squeak, Mr. Lion. What I've come to you for is, Squeak, do you think you could teach me how to roar? A silence befell that twinkling plain. Lion opened his eyes and puffed out his mane. Time slowed right down. Why, it felt like a week. Then he opened his mouth and let out a... Is it going to be another roar? Nope. Eek! The lion, he was shaking, his paws all a-fumble. He was backing away with scrambling tumble. "Please don't hurt me," he whispered. "Please, I'll try to be nice." Well, my goodness, the lion, he was frightened of mice. "Don't worry," Mouse peeped. "I'm a friend, not a foe. Let's rock this together, we'll have fun, don't you know?" This was a magical moment for sure, when Mouse didn't feel at all small anymore. He had found his true voice and learned to speak out, and for that you don't need to roar or to shout. And from that day and always the two were a pair. They both liked the rock better now the rock was to share. The mouse, while he was still little, he felt big in his head. And Lion, he still roared, but with laughter instead. Yes, that day they both learned that no matter what your size, we all have a mouse and a lion inside. And that's the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed that one, and I'll hopefully see you soon. Bye-bye.